So, here it is, the love heart tree.
Fuzhou, Fujian Province's capital in southeast China, is nicknamed the City of Blessings. Located in eastern Fujian, it's bisected by the winding Minjiang River and enjoys mild subtropical weather all year round. With 2,200 years of history, Fuzhou was a key Maritime Silk Road hub. The 3 lanes and 7 alleys area, a maze of preserved ancient architecture, showcases this legacy. The city also shaped modern Chinese history. Its late Qing-era shipbuilding administration culture revolutionised naval engineering.
So the area we're in is pretty famous, and it's called 3 lanes and 7 alleys, and it's pretty much in the city centre here, but it's a lot of little winding roads and alleys, quite interesting. So the place we're at now, it's an old house. It dates back about 300 years, but it's actually been turned into a museum of how people lived in Fujian Province in the past. And it has some really wonderful exhibits here. We just saw different scenes that have been recreated of how people lived in those times. Really, really nice. It's very good how they've put it all together in it's kind of like a miniature museum. It's kind of cool. Look at that, how it's all carvings around there, all in that like blue and white. Blue and white's a very traditional colour for pottery actually in China. It's like a weekday late afternoon, but there's many people about. Right, we're now on our way. We're walking up this street and we're going to see a very, very special tree in a moment. And it actually has the title of the loving tree. So let's go and see what the loving tree is all about, shall we? It's really nice at Chinese New Year as well, because they have all these like lanterns hanging up all in the red and gold. I think it looks lovely. I really like that kind of decoration. So here it is, the love heart tree. There's so many people here all taking selfies in front of it. Look, loads and loads of people. Oh, look, you can see all the fish in the water here. People are feeding them. What a beautiful place. This is Sitan Temple, and it's located right in the heart of Fuzhou. It dates back to the Tang dynasty, and it's a Buddhist temple. It's also home to 2 banyan trees, which are rumoured to be around 1,000 years old. But I must say, what an impressive, well-kept temple it is. It is absolutely stunning. The grounds, the trees, the gardens, they're kept absolutely fantastic. It's beautiful. Wow, look at the beautiful paintings, the colours on these here, they're stunning. At certain times of year, Buddhists will come here and they will light incense and they will give their prayers to Buddha. And this place is absolutely huge. It occupies a total area of 60,000 square metres. And it's right in the city centre. It's kind of amazing really how this area has been preserved and all modern buildings have been built around it. But that's what the Chinese government does. They protect historical sites like this, and as I said earlier, it's so well kept. It's in absolutely pristine condition, even though thousands and thousands of visitors a week come here. Many Buddhists come here every day to pray. You know, it's really in such good condition. Wow, and here's the tower. Man, it just blows my mind how those things were constructed all those years ago when they didn't have machinery. You know, that would have been constructed by hand, and I just can't get my head around how they did that, because that is like 12, 13, 14 stories high. That's a huge tower. Oh wow, just look at that. Oh my God, that is spectacular. Whenever I see buildings like this, for me, having those roofs that curve up at the ends, that is so China. It epitomises China for me, seeing those buildings. And you know, before I came to China, I literally thought everywhere I go there's going to be buildings with curved up roofs like that, because that's the impression I had from when I'd seen it on the TV when I was a young child. It's quite amazing how you can see very cultural, historical buildings, and then in the background brand new skyscrapers. It just shows you how it's been preserved in a modern city, this like place of tranquility and peace and prayers. Really, really good. So we're at the rebuilt administration offices of the shipyard here in Fuzhou. It's not the original because the original was destroyed. This is rebuilt exactly the same as the original. It's where they used to administer the shipbuilding here in Fuzhou, because Fuzhou is a very important city for shipbuilding many, many years ago. So we're actually in one of the sort of buildings that used to produce ships many years ago. And an interesting little fact, these red bricks here were apparently shipped all the way from the UK, my home country, so British red brick. In this time we see learning from the West, and now they've actually surpassed the West hugely in shipbuilding. They're the world's biggest shipbuilder, building some of the most sophisticated ships in the world. I guess this is an overview of the whole shipyard. It would have been launched into the sea from there. All the workers would have lived here, the administration offices and everything. So for those of you that don't know and are not mechanical, this is a lathe. And this would have been used for turning parts. You fix the piece of steel in the jaws here, and you would bring a tool up and you would cut into the steel. It's incredible, these ships with the sails. Imagine the sailors putting those sails up and down when the wind blows. They have to get the sails up and get the sails down. There are cannons on there, and here's a scale model of a ship. Look, these were warships, the cannons, see? This looks more like a cruise ship kind of ship here. Now this is China's modern fleet. You see their aircraft carrier there, and they're supporting ships around it. It's come a long way since those first ships to what we have today. Pretty amazing. There's all sorts going on. This is really what Chinese New Year is all about. Like lots of activities, lots of stuff going on, really cool. Fuzhou is very well known for its tea. They produce a lot of different teas here in the province of Fujian. And this is a typical kind of tea place where you will sit down, relax, have some tea, and there'll be a performance going on the stage. So we're finishing up the video here in Fuzhou, one of the most iconic bridges in the city. This was actually built in 1806. But anyway, if you do like the video, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like the channel in general, consider hitting that subscribe button. But as always, from Fuzhou, for now, take care.